Welcome to Nearing Nirvana. This is episode 103 for Long Story Short. How are
Hey
y'all?
everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Thursday night. Thank you for being with us. We've got a fun group of books to talk to tonight. So thank you for tuning in. And we're going to get right into this. We got a lot of people in the chat, some legends of the community. We got Matt DeVoe, we got Blue Green Artifacts, aka Tony Fix. We got Liger Style, just to name a few. I see Igor's in the chat, so yeah, man. Thank you all for tuning in. So we got a bunch of cool books to talk about.
Sweet. I'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors over. Speaking of Matt, so big shout out to Cover Price. So make sure you're using the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. One of these days, he's going to jump on with us. And then, speaking of our other sponsor, let's welcome in Miss Bird City. How's it going, Laura?
In the house. What's going on?
Hi guys.
What's going on?
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry to crash.
Just as soon as we're mentioning sponsors, management has to come down and say, make sure you're using the code Nirvana for a 10%.
We arranged this, guys. This is pre-planned.
Oh, all these are recorded. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
We always predict, everyone that jumps into the chat, like it's usually the same people anyways. So it's y'all are all predictable now at this point.
Hey, it had to happen eventually, right? I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, we are happy to have you, Laura. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Hi guys.
Sylvester even says hi. So, congrats on the sellout in less than 2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes. It was intense. I was telling the other stream, like the last couple that sold out was just Anthony and I are sitting there like biting our nails off. We're like, oh my god, this is happening again. It's just been very surreal. Yeah. So thank you guys for supporting.
What? Yes, Sylvester's in the house. Sylvester is in the house. So.
Yeah, we definitely mentioned Sylvester. So
she's just just hungry.
She's the star of the show. If you didn't really know. Yeah. And then I guess our normal disclaimer will go on. Make sure to set the market high prices for all these books. I want to make sure I talk about them on the House of Stein tomorrow night for the almost 10. So so get your eBays ready.
Yeah, and in all seriousness, guys, like we're trying to help you on your hunt. So be smart about this. If you want to build a dope collection, it's going to be real tough paying market high prices. So don't pay stupid prices on eBay. Go out there and find these books when you're looking for comics. That's the point of the show. But if you don't know that by now, we can't help you. So, all right.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. All right. I've always wanted to talk about this book because it may be one of the king, if not the king of the golden age. So this is Suspense Comics number 3 from Continental Comics in 1944. It is a legendary Alex Schomburg cover, maybe the legendary Alex Schomburg cover. I just wanted to talk about some of the sales of this book because they are all over the place, but they're all freaking ridiculous. All right, so most recently we saw 7.5 of this go for almost $35,000, which is crazy. But as we work down the list, some of these getting crazier. A 1.0 restored. I'm gonna say that again. A 1.0 restored went for almost $29,000 in 2003.
That is crazy.
Wow.
A 4.5 conserved. Now, granted, this was nearing sort of the peak, but went for $55,000 in April of 22. 4.5 conserved. An 8.0, right? So that's the highest sale on record that I could find. Went for almost $50,000, so $47,800 way back in 2006.
That person's kicking themselves.
Yeah,
for selling or for buying?
For selling. Whoever had that, holy hell!
I mean, but to hear that a comic sold for like almost $48,000 in 2006, I think they're doing pretty good.
I don't know. I mean, bump up.
Of,
You're looking at a 1.0 for restored at 30,000. I mean, 8.0 today would go for what? 100?
But I mean, like, look how many different years difference that is too, as well.
Too soon. Too soon. They should have held it and gave it to their kids.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 44 of these on the census, which is rare. But we've covered books with far fewer on the census, far fewer Golden Age books. But anyways, this thing seems to be, one of the most sought after Golden Age books. Would you say that?
You're saying the 8.0 is the pedigree then?
It must have been a pedigree. I don't know though. It was 2006. I mean, which pedigree would that have been? It probably was. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this cover, obviously. She's about to get run through by the hooded shirtless man, lots of other hooded Nazis, around, and then the dude with the spear is trying to save her. What do you think, Carter? Is he going to be able to save her?
I mean, he's got a shot at it, but it'll be tough. It looks tough. It looks insurmountable.
I mean, he already has a bullet headed toward him. You know what I mean? Like if that, that could be lights out right there for all we know.
It looks like awesome. It looks like that bullet is just like squirting though. It's not like necessarily firing. It's just like that.
It's not going to make it.
Yeah, this is Alex Schomburg's gateway into the smut that we love him for.
Okay, so this 8.0 I did find on GPA. It was graded in 2006, and it is a pedigree from the Davis Crippen D copy.
All
right, it's good info.
Okay.
The 1.0 restored though is the one that kind of blows my mind. 1.0 restored, like you must have wanted this book. It doesn't show up that often. So somebody saw it and like, I'll pay whatever. I just want it in my collection.
So where does this book rank on Golden Age books though?
It's near the top. If you
behind who, like behind Cole?
No, if you set aside obviously like the Superman first appearance, action, and those kinds of books, like set aside sort of like the cap, like outside of like those, like this book is damn near to the top.
Oh, this is weird. Like you can't look up like about that $21,000 or was it the
28?
Oh, never mind. I don't have restored on. Let me turn that on real quick. I'm looking at GPA right now to find out more about that one.
So I saw that sale on Go Collect.
Yeah, GPA doesn't have it.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I thought I was coming on like a modern show, and you guys throw this out first time. Okay.
No, we cover some Golden Age. So you could get the crowd warmed up. We So,
but you already broke. You already offended our audience by showing like covers with like swastikas on it and stuff like that.
I know, right?
All right. I just wanted to talk about this book because I bought the damn thing this weekend and I'm still a little salty about it. All right, so
I saw that post. Didn't you get like a kind of like it got graded badly because of the staples? Is that right?
Yeah, it's right here. So
I don't stalk you. There we go. Yeah.
I just want to hear from the crowd. Okay, just it has 6 staples that shouldn't be there, but there's the front, there's the back. I mean, is a 1.0 harsh? I mean, a 0.5, is that harsh?
Yes, I would say no? Yeah, a little bit.
Complete. It's complete.
Yeah, but that giant chunk out of the corner missing, like I get that too, at the top left corner.
Dude, have you seen some of the things like they get? Yeah. Like, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's not. It's far from perfect, but a 0.5 seems. Yeah, that's usually reserved for incomplete books. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm going to take those staples out and resubmit and see what happens.
Should have bonus grade for extra staples. Yeah.
What's the book? What's that book? Damn it, the Golden Age book where you have the guys taking the brain out of the guy's head.
Yeah.
I forget. I had that book, right, and sold it, but like everything was flaking off. The cover was completely detached, and it was flaking off, and it was brittle. And whoever I sold it to, they got it graded, and I think that thing came back like a 1.
Wow.
As bad a shape as that was,
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of it. I think it's just because it has 6 giant staples in it, easy enough to remove. So we're gonna circle back probably at this point in 3 months, 4 months, whenever CGC
You're gonna take
gets
them out.
around
You're
to
gonna
it.
resubmit without the
Yeah,
staples.
we'll resubmit it,
All
and
right.
we're gonna take a look at what we get. So,
Okay.
anyway, so here it is, Mysterious Adventures number 6, Bill Fraccio cover. I guess how you'd say that. Story Comics from 1952. 7.5 of this sold recently for just over $2,000. Only 42 of these in the census. Fewer,
Wow.
I will
That
say.
seems like a good deal, doesn't it?
Yeah,
$2,000 for 7.5 seems reasonable.
I mean, the market is soft. The market is soft.
It's off season from like Halloween and all that. But I mean, like, I don't know. Like some of this like pre-code horror stuff seems like it's almost like goes yearly, where when it shows up, it'll sell eventually.
Yeah, and there's so much of it that is just off people's radars. I mean, I had never seen this book before until I saw it, at the con last weekend. So, yeah, I just threw it on there just to vent. So, we can keep the show rolling because we don't get hung up on this.
Oh, are you gonna take out the staples, or are you gonna have Red Hood do it?
I mean, I got a staple remover. I can just, yeah.
No.
I'll probably take him out, but I'll talk to Joe, see if that's the kind of surgical work he's into. So, all right, here's a beautiful Matt Baker cover. This is another book that I actually found recently, really beat up. But I think, in my opinion, and Carter and I have gotten into this a little bit, that some of these Western comics with the damsels on them are a little underappreciated. Obviously Matt Baker work is in huge demand currently. A 5.5 sold for $432 back in 2021, which feels like a steal for a Matt Baker, an absolute steal. Only 16 of these on the census. Obviously, no 9/8s. But yeah, I just, this is the kind of stuff that I've been sniffing around lately. And when you can find it cheap, it just seems like, it seems like a genre that would be ready to pop. This and obviously the romance stuff, which we spent a lot of time talking about.
So, did you find one of the 16 that were graded, or did you find a raw copy?
A very, very rough, very, very, very rough raw copy for like $30.
Like where it would be a 0.5 also?
I don't have.
Damn you! He's just kicking you while you're down. Another 0.5.
No, it's. I would say. This one actually presents much better because the top of it is torn. But I would think a 1.0 would be reasonable. It's complete. So
okay.
But it's downstairs. I don't have it with me. I'd show it to you if I had it.
Yeah, no worries.
It's downstairs. That's like can't do it. Can't do
it.
So there's another Matt Baker Western Picture Stories, which that one is probably more expensive, but I would say this is a much better cover.
Do you have a link for the other one?
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh.
Because I took.
It looks like you were looking at it, so I was like,
"Well, because I took a picture of it."
Oh, if you put the picture in the Instagram chat, I can pull it up that way.
Okay, hold on. Oh, this is gonna be. Hold on. Because a big price sticker is like blocking it, but you'll get the gist of what I'm talking about, though. Hold on. But
Derek's saying there's a Lorna Doone cover by Matt Baker.
Yeah, I've got it right here. So it's this one.
Of course he has it right. Ooh.
I assume this is the one you're talking about. There's a couple of versions of this one.
That's beautiful.
So,
okay, I sent it.
These Classic Illustrated had a bunch of reprints, but yeah, I just grabbed this one
it's pretty.
a couple weeks ago.
Well, I got to make sure I don't show all the chat of us, making fun of the audience. So.
That's pretty. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's a good book. A lot of trade dress on that one.
Yeah, it's like too much. So that's why the other Western book looks a lot better.
Yeah,
it's like just so much more action.
Yeah, I mean, so many of these Matt Bakers have just been lost, and it's the beauty of the golden age. It feels like there's always new stuff to find.
You know what? And and you can see like Matt Baker's name is right there on the cover, which is pretty damn rare.
Yeah, he doesn't sign a lot of his stuff. That's 100% true, Carter. But yeah, you can see it. You can see it right there on the cover.
I wonder what made him sign that, put his name on that, and not other things.
I think it's probably the volume of the work. He's probably doing so much shit back in the day, like he didn't even have time to sign it. Like, get on to the next one. I don't know. It would be cool to know, actually. When they drop the Matt Baker documentary, like they did for Dave Stevens, watch out for Matt Baker books. They're going to hit another level, in my opinion.
Wait, is that planned? Is that happening already? Do we know that?
No, I'm just saying it seems inevitable that it gets done at some point. And I think that's going to send his stuff to the stratosphere. I mean, it's already expensive, but no, I don't think it's in the work. Maybe we should produce it. We can crowdfund it. We'll put out our own Matt Baker.
Bird City Pictures. Make it happen.
Do females in other parts of the U.S. wear cowboy boots, or is that? I mean, because it's common in Texas. Like I see it all the time.
Not really in Arizona. No, we wore sandals.
Yeah, Boston is not. It would stick out on the streets of Boston for someone walking down the street in cowboy boots.
Yeah, I don't ever see anybody in boots.
Yeah, I see that. I see it on campus all the time, like on a college campus. I mean, it's even more during rodeo season, but like it happens year round. So I figured I'd ask.
I see it a little bit.
I'll get a pair.
It's a little bit in Ohio.
No,
Ohio? Why would you have cowboy boots in Ohio?
Well,
it's the Wild West,
fashion.
Ohio's not the Wild West, is it?
No, not at all.
No, I'm like, that's like, damn it, Ben. I'm like, really, Ohio? Okay, never know.
I mean, I live in a major city though, and it's common.
I agree with tilted corgi. They're uncomfortable. It crunches your toes, and
my theory is that if you don't know how to ride a horse, then you shouldn't be able to wear a cowboy boots or a cowboy hat.
I think that's a fair assessment and rule.
Otherwise,
that's my rule. Yeah,
you're just a poser.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, this is why I don't wear boots, because I don't know how to ride a horse, and I have no desire to. But anyways,
all right.
We just covered this. Oh, sorry. This is on the Shakers.
See, it's collusion.
Where's this here to come? Bo and I have such similar eye for shit. It doesn't surprise me. So this was the final LB Cole cover, and which is crazy to think that it came in 1991. But a mere 13 of these on the census. It's funny. I have issue number 2 of this book because I grew up in Maine, and an artist not far from me did artwork in issue number 2. So I don't have this issue, but this one was the last cover that LB Cole ever did, and this is cheap. I mean, raws of this probably go for like less than $20, I would guess. It'd be kind of a cool book to grab, and it's magazine size. If you've never read these before, these are like full size magazines.
Okay, so how did this come about? If it's the final LB Cole cover,
yeah, I don't know sort of how he ended up getting on the front of it, but when did he pass officially?
1995 at age 77.
All right, so he was still probably working in 1991. So this is probably the last piece that he was asked to do.
Oh damn! I thought he died like in the 50s, like Matt Baker did. Okay.
Matt Baker died young. I mean, Matt Baker died very young. But,
after that, in 81, he got a spot in the Will Eisner Hall of Fame. So that's kind of posthumously.
Oh.
That's so funny you guys had this.
Not the greatest LB Cole cover, but listen, this
The
is why we
mask.
get accused.
The mask is the greatest, right? Well, or the glass one.
He's got some good ones, but this is why we get accused of collusion. I promise you that, like, Matt and I, we talk about comics a lot, but we're not talking about what's going on each of these shows. And the fact that there's overlap, I think, just happens to do with the fact that we have.
We might as well just come clean now. You know, our sponsors
come on,
pressure.
Just admit it.
Yeah, our pressure, or the pressure from the sponsors to put certain books on the shows, like, you know, to
Isn't
make sure
the next
they
one a
align.
Bird City book? I feel like it is.
There is a Bird City book on this, a couple on this, at least one on the show. So,
Is it the next one? Let's find out. It is.
Oh shit, there really is. Okay, I really did not know that. I promise you, I did not.
See, I'm telling you, our sponsors telling us to make sure that these books are on the slide.
You freaked her out, dude.
I changed the slides real quick. You know, it was just a click of the button. It looked like it wasn't doing anything. I made sure it was the next book. No, I didn't.
Oh my god, I promise I did not know this was next. I swear. I don't have the slides, nothing. I did not know.
Yeah. See, I mean, we have to get approval from both Matt and Laura before we go on. This is why we were late too. She's like, sorry, I couldn't approve the slides until.
Are you saying they both have to turn the key at the same time?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not counting. I'm not saying a word. I can't say anything about this. That was
insane.
insane.
You're gonna talk about this when it's your book, but I just want to say one thing. This book, as you all know, was super popular, sold out almost instantaneously, and Mark Spears is about as hot as you've ever seen anybody in the hobby, which might be a little worrisome in the short run, as you know, when you burn that hut, sometimes you burn out a little bit. But I think books like this in years to come are going to be hugely collectible, given how they're limited to. And for me, of all of what he's doing, his witch covers, I think, are hitting the hardest, in my opinion. So I thought this one was particularly well executed. What do you want to say about it, Laura? This is your baby.
I already said this on the previous show, but it was kind of just a trifecta. We had Mark Spears, who, like you said, is on fire. We had Oz characters, which we saw the art. We're like, okay, these characters are nostalgic, and that's hitting really hard. Plus, it was Thanksgiving weekend, and Wicked just came out. So you put all those things together, and it's like, poof. And I was telling people on the other show, when this launched, I can't make this shit up, 700 people on the site before the book went live. Like, they were just waiting. And you know, we got like the hate mail afterwards, but we like to keep the print runs low because that keeps the aftermarket strong. And if we did 1,000 of these, it's difficult when you're a retailer because you want to keep your book reasonably priced, but you also want to like create some kind of gap on the aftermarket too, so people can flip it if they want to. And that's kind of what happened with this. It just went nuts. And yeah, Mark Spears is amazing. I think he has something special. Somebody told me it was kind of like Alex Ross a little bit. And I get that. There's a little bit of Alex Ross in his art, but it's the color and it's the characters. And I don't know. What do you guys think it is? What is it about Spears that makes people just want to buy everything?
You know,
it's his background story too, as well, right? But
yeah, he had a hard time like cracking in.
I mean, it's like a relatable story, right? That, you know, he's approachable to anyone, and then you know, that he was a collector himself as well, and then he crossed that line to become a professional and receiving the start of his career. So it's exciting, and he understands the market too as well, which is great as well. So, but to speak on his art, there's just something about it that makes it stand out.
I don't know what it is.
There's an edge to it that just kind of hits you right in the face.
But then at the same time, there's something that's familiar with it too, as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, because I know he did a lot of homage covers, but instead of it just being a straight out copy, it is that homage, but it's all within his style, which is executed well. So.
Yeah, you know, I do worry that like he's he's one of us in some ways. Like, he wants to keep the collectability. He's not reprinting the hot books, like the Bride, which sort of sent him to another level. Like, he said, we're not going to print another color of that. We're just going to let that be what it is. I think the collectors all respect that. The fact that you're keeping these to 200 to keep them collectible is a huge testament to what Bird City is doing, because I think collectors really appreciate that. They want something that's limited and hard to get. So there's a lot, but I will say that, like, it kind of feels like it could in the short run, and this is just the way comics work. Like, he's burning so hot that he could burn out for a period of time, and that's
like Momoko.
And that's when you can pick up some books that fall through the cracks that end up being real gems, down the road. So we'll see how it goes. I want nothing but the best for him. He seems like a wonderful person, and his story and his success is an inspiration for everybody. But we'll see. Like, is his stuff burning just a little too hot right now, where it has the risk of burning out in the near term, or will it sustain? It just seems like it'd be hard to sustain this level of hype. Because it's about as high as I've ever seen for anybody ever.
I've never seen anything like this ever before, even with Stray Dogs, which was like another really a cult classic immediately. I've never seen anything like Monsters. It's been holding for weeks, even past Halloween. You think, oh, it's gonna be seasonal, but it just kept going and going. Last week on the top 10, half of our books out of 10 were all Mark Spears covers. 5 out of 10.
Our list was like that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible to watch, and I hope it doesn't burn out like abruptly. I hope if it does, it's kind of like a gradual thing, because he's such a good guy and he's worked his ass off to get here. And I feel like people are connecting with his work, and the interiors on these books are just as good as the covers. The interior is fantastic.
And I want to be clear, like, I don't think like he's going to burn out, and like he's not going to have work. There'll be a lot of demand to put his stuff out. It's just that they'll get fatigued within the community for a period of time,
right.
and that always happens with everything.
It does. It's inevitable.
Right. It's not necessarily a long-term negative, but we'll see. It's just hard to see something this hot sustained, but we will see. But yeah, this is beautiful.
I cannot believe this was a Bird City book right after I was talking shit. It was like, oh, Bird City's next, and it was. That was crazy.
All right. We have one more Mark Spears book to talk about that I thought was also really well done. This is a third print for Monsters #1. Like I said, his witch stuff I think is hitting really hard, in my opinion, and this is I think a particularly well done piece. Mutant City Comics, who I don't know a lot about, did this. They sold out, although not really that quickly. I don't think people were aware of this one. They limited it to 250, which a very respectable number. But another book that I'd expect to be collectible, down the road.
This is the one that people were crying AI. They're like, oh, look at where the broom's going. Look at where her hands are. But I know for a fact that Mark paints digitally, so he doesn't use AI in his stuff. So we can discredit those claims right now, because this is done by him.
I don't think it's AI. I mean, listen, AI is not going anywhere. There's going to be a lot of AI showing up in art, so I think people need to start getting comfortable with it.
I mean, software is already integrating AI within their systems anyways too, as well. So it's not going anywhere. I mean, I think, like, I use Photoshop to make the thumbnails, right? Or to do the layouts for the thumbnails. I think like in some of the update prompts, it says like, oh, we've integrated AI in this part and this part. I mean, it's not like you're sitting there typing prompts or anything like that. It just like assists you in that. Oh, I know what you're doing.
And where do you draw the line? Like, it's going to get real murky if you have an artist who, an established artist who is using AI. They're training AI in their own style to supplement and complement things. Well, are you really upset that they're training it on their own art? Is there a
like Todd Skull, for example?
Well,
Stitches.
Todd Skull's a controversial one right now. Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic AI artist. I mean, there's a lot of Stimograph is creating interesting art, but training in his own style. So
television, he does his thing with AI.
This is going to get murky as time goes on. We will see, but it's not so black and white. Like if somebody's using AI to rip off somebody else's work, claim it as their own, that clearly is not what people are interested in. But they're embedding it in all of the digital programs, and a lot of artists paint digitally. So where are you drawing the line? I'm not the one to tell you, but it'll just be interesting to see how this evolves over time. Anyways, I think this is a great looking piece, and
I mean, we'll find out when we get commissions and like remarks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
how much of a
Are you flexing on your amazing commission you got? Is that what this is? Segue.
Should I?
Commission?
Should I just stay here and change the pieces, right? I should just
here. Hold on, let me help you here. I know how to work the controls. What do you have?
I should just like sit here and change out the pieces.
Background.
Like, what are you talking about? I just have this sitting under my desk right now.
Oh my god!
And there's so many coincidences on the show tonight. It's coincidence after coincidence. It's
beautiful. Wait, I put us all out of order. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
There's no order. It's chaos. There's no order. So this book doesn't go for a lot, but I know people either love or hate Mike Allred. But this is Superman Wonder Woman number 8, 1 in 25 by Mike Allred. 9/8 sold for $55 back in 2023. Only 10 of these on the census. I think there may be like a copy, maybe 2 of this book listed on eBay. There are some of these Superman Wonder Womans that we've talked about, the Pinocchian, the Zagillion March. I don't know if we've talked about it on the show or not. There's a number of these. But like I said, people either love or hate Mike Allred, but this one, I dig a lot for comics, and I don't see it very often. Carter,
what do you think? Do you love or hate him?
I'm kind of in between. I know that because his art, it's like it's solid. It's very solid. It's technically sound. It's but I don't know. It's something I can't necessarily get into like all the way. But there are definitely certain covers that he's done that I love. But and the fact that he's been around for so damn long, I can appreciate that.
I don't like this cover.
I mean,
and I think it's what it is. It almost looks like it's like pop art or something like that, but it's not complete at the same time.
I mean, there's that retro style to what he does. Like I said, that people either resonate with or they don't. When he started doing X-Force in the 90s, it really pissed me off initially. Like that whole X-Force run, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It wasn't what I was into in the 90s, and then I grew to appreciate it. So, yeah, like I said,
I'm trying to see where that connection comes from, because like Reef was saying, there's so many good Wonder Woman covers out there, like phenomenal Wonder Woman covers that I'm trying to think what would make me pick this up versus something else. For a 1 in 25, I don't see it.
This is just a scarcity thing. This is not necessarily like the greatest cover that's ever been produced.
It's just more that nobody was ordering number 8s, and
exactly.
Okay.
And nobody was, necessarily reaching for it. So
they were incentivized to buy 25 copies. Okay.
Tonight.
Am I always like what?
You're just naughty. We weren't incentivized. Okay.
All right. So I wasn't going to put this book I had this book on the show, and then I was watching Carter and Dino on Tuesday, but I didn't watch the show until Wednesday. And you guys talked about this one.
Yeah. On Flip Side Tuesday.
1 in 25 Adventure Comics. Number 12 or 515, whatever you want to call it. Do you remember what it sold for? I didn't realize there was a recent sale of this thing.
Okay, so a 9.6 sold for I think a little under $400. Nah, shoot, hold on. A 9.6 sold for around $300, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's. I tried. I couldn't. I was in the car listening to you guys, and it was 3 something, wasn't it? Like 3. Was it 380 or something?
Shit, man. You know what? I think it was a 9.8 that sold for 400
I don't
Jeez.
know.
from what I remember.
Yeah,
And
but this
because I pointed out that I sold a 9.6 for as much as that 9.8 sold for.
yes. So you did say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, I was tempted to take this thing off. Once again, this is not collusion. I know there's a lot of dots being connected tonight, but when I saw you guys were talking about this, but this book was tough as hell to find back in the day. Tough as
Mhm.
hell.
This was one of those mythic level variants.
I don't know what people are asking for raws of this book now, but it's got to be at least a couple $100.
Shit, man.
At least $100.
I don't even see raws of these. I only see like graded copies anymore.
This doesn't look like Bermejo to me at all. I would not have guessed it at all.
Probably
Yeah.
early work for him.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier than what you're used to seeing now.
Right. Like I'm used to seeing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it the
not
colors?
guessing.
Because his colors are a little bit more vibrant than.
It is the colors. I think if it was more like the greens that he typically uses, I'd be like, oh, okay, Bermejo. But I don't see it here. This is badass, Ben.
It has like that start of his 3D texturing that he does.
It does. Yeah. You can kind of see him evolving as an artist. That's cool.
I'm just now noticing that ass. Like,
You're just now
the
noticing
co-
the ass water bullshit. You saw the ass as soon as the slide came up. You were staring at the ass. You're just now noticing. No.
I've been
No.
familiar with this book for so long, and I'm just now noticing that cake like right in the middle.
No.
Dude, that's what's been setting the price on this book for years. Dude. What are you talking about?
Obviously, I mean, come on.
It's because the head and the face is too big compared. Right?
That butt is like really pronounced. Damn.
Bermejo knew what he was doing.
Mhm.
We're all turning our heads. Yeah, everybody's calling Diaz when you caught her. We don't believe you.
All right. Before we get canceled, let's keep the show. All right.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to point something out here, right?
There's
a lot of talk about the first Jeff the Landshark cover being on Deadpool number 10. I just want to put an end to that rumor here and now. That is Jeff pulling Elsa Bloodstone's pants down, right? So it is definitely not issue number 10. I'm not even claiming that it's this issue, but this clearly came before issue number 10.
It's the same run, though, at the very least.
It's the same run, right? And if you just added a 0 up there to that first one, up next to the 1, then... But anyways, yeah, this is definitely an early Jeff the Landshark cover. It's the Copper Tone homage. Shout out to Ben Stein. A 9.6 of this just sold for $140. A 9.6.
Really?
Which is kind of crazy, right?
I think I have a couple of these.
I was gonna say that seems a little high if you ask me, but
the raws of this though sell respect. I mean,
wait until I get it graded back and talk shit.
I mean, that's very reasonable for 9.6. So reasonable. Yeah.
Oh, you should be buying it on the dip, duh. Come on, this is how it works, right?
Okay. I see you, Yee. I see you.
But I think raws would go for 70 to 100 on this book pretty consistently. It was just completely under ordered when this Deadpool series came out, and then there were a ton of covers for this series. And
so Near Mint goes for 70 to 100.
It was going for that. I don't know if it's currently going for, but it was comfortably going in that range for a while.
Yeah, this book was. Yeah, this book's been hot for a minute.
Yeah, you just don't see it that often. I remember seeing it on the shelf the day it came out. I went to a store and they had one copy of it, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. I do have one, but I wish I'd bought it on that day. But
I knew this book would be special.
I mean, Yee has a couple, he said, Ben. So we'll see how much he loves you.
I got one. I'm all good.
Wait, you do have one? I thought you said you skipped it.
No, I know. I skipped it on that day, but I got it. I've got it since. So I think I got one from Phil actually at one point. But anyways, nice. I've got one.
I remember buying 3 of these, and I might have sold off one, but
big Elsa Bloodstone fan. Big Elsa Bloodstone fan. You know, in this book, Elsa and Gwenpool are both in this book. Now they don't interact, but like, what are the odds of that? Pretty damn low. Gwenpool basically gives Jeff to Deadpool because she was getting her book canceled again. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen to him, so I don't want Jeff to be cut out of Marvel Comics. So.
But 10 should still be important because I believe that's the first time the symbiote attaches to Jeff, isn't it?
Yeah, yes. Well,
Yeah, so where's the argument then? Like, why are they saying it's the other one if it's clearly this one?
I don't know.
It's because of the symbiote attaching to Jeff, because that's more
That's
important.
not the same thing as a first appearance of Jeff. Like that's
not the first cover. It's just one of those things that kind of just took root.
Its first appearance is like West Coast Avengers.
Oh, you're right. It is. You're right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is his first early cover.
An early. I think there may be. There's an argument for
it probably is his first cover. I don't know any other ones that came out before that, but I'm sure there's something. But who knows?
This run on Deadpool though was wildly underrated. It was written by Kelly Thompson, and it was really fucking good.
Oh, Kelly Thompson's amazing.
Kelly Thompson and Deadpool go hand in hand, anyways.
Right? Like she's like one of my favorite writers.
Yeah, I mean, she nailed it on this one, and it was a COVID book, so it wasn't getting huge orders. But that issue 10 got canceled quietly. Like people didn't realize that it was even the last issue. And it was super under ordered. So that issue number 10 goes for a lot because it had, super low orders. But
it's fun to find in the wild because they are out there.
Yeah. And this was so well written. This was so well written.
I found one last weekend.
See what I mean? He has like that special radar. It doesn't matter where he goes, he finds stuff.
That is true. I don't know why that happens, but Carter has it too.
Adam, I think you're right. That Superior Spider-Man has Jeff on the cover as well. Gwenpool was in that. All right. So we've talked a lot about photo variants on the show. I know Laura gets some shit about photo variants on some of the other cover price shows, so I'm here to defend her. Some of those other guys, they really give her a hard time about them.
That's true. You watch. Okay.
All right. And I love you guys, all you guys on that show. I'm just kidding. I, for one, have been pounding the table for these for a very long time. And this one has always been elusive. Happily found this one finally. But
you found one?
Yeah. Iron Man number 10 is the Robert Downey Jr. photo variant. A 9.8 sold late last year, about a year ago, for $400. Only 54 of these in the census, only half in 9.8. All of this Marvel Phase 1, 2, and 3 photo variants, I just think will become increasingly more collectible as people look back on how special that
Listen to him.
For movies, and they just want a representation of what they saw on the screen.
It's nostalgia. It's gonna hit. Yeah.
It already is. I mean, these are already fetching, good prices, and I think they're going to continue to rise over time. And some of them are just most of them are ratio variants, and they're hard as hell to find.
And these actors, they're used to a certain lifestyle, so they'll eventually do a signing soon, anyways.
Yeah, for $1,500.
Yeah, yeah. What did he charge the last time? Was it $1,000 a signature? I think roughly.
That sounds right, but weren't his books selling for like $5,000 when they got back from grading too?
I know, but if you're not a flipper, if you're just buying this because you appreciate the cover and you want a signature, it's like holy hell, man.
Well, to be fair though, I believe Robert Downey Jr.'s was going to a cause. Like I think like most of the proceeds for that were going towards that.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say
you on that.
It was either him or someone else, like one of the other big actors, like Chris Evans or something like that.
Oh, Chris Evans, of course. He's all about the people.
Right, but I want to say like it was him and Robert Downey Jr. Like they did it for something. I don't remember what cause.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm sure it says in the CGC news, like for that private signing. So I'll give you that lead to Google search it.
I
I'm
am
sure
going to
if I-
Google as soon as we get off. I'm going to Google. It's happening.
All right, this is a true ghost. Tales from the Transformers Beast Wars reaching the Omega Point. This was a BitCon 2000 dinner edition. So they gave this book out at a dinner. It was limited to 350 allegedly. I don't know how that's verified. There were 3 copies on the census. 196, 2 9.2s. A 9.2 sold earlier this year for almost $1,300.
Whew.
I mean, this is not the greatest looking cover of all time, but certainly rare as hell. And we know that Transformers collectors are a rabid bunch. Anybody ever seen this thing before?
No.
Nope.
No.
Carter, nothing.
Nah, I'm a Transformers fan, but no, I've never seen this.
You mean you were at BotCon in 2000 and went to this dinner and didn't get a copy?
He left it. He had it. He had it, and he left it under his chair.
I mean, that seems like a pretty weird place to give out a comic to, like at a dinner.
Yeah, man.
And
Half
then-
of them got covered with like gravy or whatever the hell they were saying. That's why there's only 3 in existence. But
yeah.
A super rare book. If you ever happen to be digging through the dollar bins and you see this, just take it with you. You'll be happy that you did.
You're so weird, Ben. Who comes up with this? This is so weird.
I'm sorry. This is the shit we do on the show, Laura. We just talk about ridiculously obscure stuff. The next one is almost equally obscure. Fruit of the Loom presents. This was a promotional comic with DC Underoos.
Okay.
A 9.2 of this book sold for $350 back in January of 2021. There are 4 of these on the census, a mere 4. 1 copy of SS Signature Series. I'm curious who the hell they got to sign this thing.
Ooh, it was probably Kevin Conroy. I know Mark Hamill did signings for a while too. It's probably one of them or both.
This book is a 2-sided book. So if you go to the next slide, Aaron, if you don't mind, this is the other side, Superman. But so they also did this. There was a Power Rangers comic as well.
Right. For the
similar situation.
were those mail? Was that a mail way, or is this a mail way?
I think it's packaged in the underwear.
Oh,
I believe it came packaged with the Underoos. Yeah, maybe they weren't the most well looked after books.
I bet a lot were thrown out, probably too, right? Where it looks like it's like the
Yeah.
cardboard, like
It's got thrown out immediately. The parents are like, nah, don't need that.
The hell is
This is
this?
so weird.
Just part of the packaging. Yeah, we do talk about comic oddities on the show, and
This is a weird show. You guys are weird.
This is a strange show. I'm surprised anybody ever tunes into this damn thing, but whatever.
I know. I mean,
Crazy.
we got to cover the oddities, so
Yeah, this is very odd.
we stay true to our title.
Yeah, man. Listen, we give the fans what they want. All right. There's nothing going on here other than this is fun. Everybody loves the Space Girl vibe. This is Veronica number 159. This is a Parent and D'Agostino cover. Only one of these on the census. This book raw, people ask at least $20 for it. More, I've seen people ask more for it, which is not saying that they're getting it necessarily, but people love Archies and people just love this aesthetic in this sort of vibe.
So is Parent the inker?
No, I think if you look at the bottom, I think he was. His name is first, so I think that would imply that he was the artist. The signature is at the bottom below the satellite there, I believe.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
He's really cool to meet too. If you ever get a chance.
He's always in Boston. I see him all the time. I yip yap with him. He did he did a Gwenpool sketch cover for me. That's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, I found out from like Leg and Brian that he always sets up at San Diego in the same spot. Like it's not in Artist Alley; it's like in the comic retailer section,
Oh,
or
nice.
the second part of Artist Alley, like on that back row. If anyone that's ever been, kind of knows what I'm talking about. You know how they have that secondary area for Artist Alley.
I unfortunately no, not like San Diego. Not a fan.
Been to San Diego, so.
I'm going again next year. It's fun.
Oh, I don't hate it. I dislike it strongly. It's too
well, it's different for you too, probably because you're working.
Well, no, not even just working, just getting to my booth. Like I don't like having people like so close to me that I can't walk. Can't do it, Carter. It's like one person in front of another, like you're like shuffling, and I don't like that.
That doesn't sound like it'd be fun digging in one of those. That show.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not a con for digging. Like it's fun to try because there are comic vendors there, but it's I would say it's like almost everything else. But
like a mosh pit. The entire thing's a mosh pit.
We've spent my fair amount of time in mosh pits, so all right.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got next? All right. Which Joe is on tonight? This is an obscurity. This is VeeFriends #1. This was a J. Scott Campbell cover, limited to 555 copies. You had to order it, I think, through like the VeeFriends website, but there's one of these on eBay, and somebody's asking like an ungodly amount for it. It's like, if anybody's in there, I think it's like $1,000 or something they're asking for this freaking book.
Wow.
I mean, it's Gary V. All his stuff, like you just put his name on stuff and it becomes money. Like, like I'm gonna look it up, but his he had VeeFriends card mats of art that he drew. I want to see if y'all would pay for this. It's bad, like stuff that he drew.
This is the oddest show I've ever been on, ever.
Is it
so weird? There's no method to the madness. It's just like weird shit, more weird shit. Yeah.
I don't know. We have people who tune into this stuff, and when we go to a show,
people are watching. So yeah,
I'm like,
okay,
where are you guys? What are you guys doing? Come on.
Here's a sample of like his art. Like it looks like a kid drew it. Like, and people pay like money for this for whatever reason.
Okay.
Who is this guy? Who's
Gary V?
Yeah,
Gary
he's like one of those early like influencers, like where he told you how to flip stuff, and people like follow him to like get that advice of, oh, this is how you made like X amount of thousands and thousands, and then he eventually became like a brand.
Okay.
Hey,
yeah.
Ferd, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being in the chat, man. Good to see you, bud. Hope all's well.
But yeah, he has a huge cult following for all his stuff.
Okay.
Did anybody look this book up on eBay? What the hell? I forget what they're at. It was somebody's.
How did he get a J. Scott Campbell variant? How did that happen? He's like impossible to get.
Oh,
nothing.
No idea.
Yeah, no idea. Interesting.
You mean Bird City Studios can't get?
No, he's like, no. I'm on red on everything. It's like bad. Comic Tom did though, so it's doable.
There you go. Boom. $1,200.
$1,200.
Oh my god.
Make sure to buy it from Optimistic 42. So shout out to that guy.
Yeah, please don't pay $1,200.
Unless you're a huge Gary V fan,
but it's not that rare. So
okay.
Yeah. All right. What do we have next? Hopefully, we can get something. All right. I know people like shark covers. This was the Silver Sable book that came out many years after the original run, but they kept the numbering. There was a 1 in 25 for this that I kind of missed. There's only 2 copies of this on the census. 1 in 9.8. Wasn't a super heavily ordered book. I looked it up. It was estimated less than 20,000 copies, around 18,500. But I don't know. I would buy this if I was digging. I've just never come across it before. You, Carter, have you ever come across this thing?
Mm-mm. No.
It doesn't, and when it's listed, it doesn't go for much. Like, so this is not like going to be a super expensive book, but I don't know, something about this that just makes me just takes me back to comic book reading. I don't know. I dig it.
I was gonna say, have you read this?
I've read the Silver Sable, but not. I don't have this particular issue of it. There's the trading card variant for this one, which is pretty collectible, and then there's just the standard cover, which is an homage to a Nick Fury book. Maybe I'm trying to remember what the original cover was. But
It's like,
oh, look, we know who has a 9/8. It's
Of course, it's Tony.
Tony,
Blue Green Artifacts. He has the only 9/8 on the census.
Go
Congrats.
figure.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
It's a small world.
It's a very small world, man.
And it's also listed on eBay, so make sure to check out. I have no idea.
I know.
I like this.
Like,
This is good.
Yeah, because Ron Lim, he's such a 90s artist, and Silver Sable is such a 90s character. And it has kind of like that 90s style to it. So
yeah, I think that's what it is. It just feels like like taking you back to that era a little bit.
Yeah. The line works perfect. Everything's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Her
Well
hair
rendered
for being
shark.
underwater is remarkably fluid. How does she do that, Laura? Underwater, keeping her hair like that?
Aquanet.
No, I can't do that. It's bad when I come out of water. It's bad.
King of the Golden State. We try not to do theme shows.
Why not?
I don't know.
It gets so repetitive. Like we
like shark.
You see how freaking all over the place this show is when we're forced to just do the same thing over and over again. Right?
Yeah.
You'd rather
You guys are very unpredictable. I like that.
What the hell is next? Like, what is?
I mean, there might be a shark book maybe next week or like 3 weeks from now.
We've had 2 sharks so far, so
yeah,
kind of a theme.
Yeah, we get Jeff. That's true.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We do have Jeff on the show quite often, right?
Everybody loves Jeff. All right. So we all know about this book, and this is a theme on the show. But I'm saying, we've been saying that the newsies of some of these big, of these big covers are going to become, I think they're going to be hugely undervalued. You're going to see massive price increases in these over time. So this was a shocking sale. A 7.5 of this book went for $350. You never see the newsstands for this book ever, right? This is Warren Liu. And this book in and of itself is collectible, but the newsstand puts this book, on a different stratosphere. Only 16,500 of these ordered for the direct. Newsstands in the 2011 time period were 1 to 2% of the market approximately, so not a huge penetration at that point. So if you ever see, I'm grabbing almost any newsstand I see at this point if it's sort of late 90s and on, but certainly if you see them for some of these iconic covers, I think they're well worth adding to your collection at reasonable prices.
It's not his strongest either, but I think you're right. The newsstand. Oof.
No, but it's the one that put him on the map. This was the book, right? This was the book that put Warren Liu on. It's not his strongest, but it's certainly sort of, made him I don't want to call it a household name, but a name that people
iconic.
It is an iconic work of his,
Yeah.
Within the comic realm. That's open for debate, but certainly, Warren Liu, this is an iconic work for him. And
probably easily. Would you say top 3 Power Girl covers?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You don't think this is the top 3? Top 3
for the cover or for the collectability?
For the cover, for the art.
No.
For the cover.
No.
What beats it? Hold on. Let's flesh this out. What beats it?
So Archer did one, which was great, but he did another one which I liked better. It was Power Girl too, but it was later.
But it was Warren Lau or Archer?
No, it was Warren Lau. or Lauren. It's not Lau, it's Lou. Sorry,
Lou.
Warren Lou. Yeah, but it's like he has like a softness to his covers, and I don't feel like this really captures that. So no.
All right. Well, you know what? We are going to.
What about Adam Hughes?
Ooh.
He did one.
It was good. The Hughes
King
was
of the
good.
Golden State. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, so you got the Justice League, no, Justice Society, JSA Classified. You got that cover, and then
Isn't
Can
there
you share
Gilliam
it,
March?
Carter?
The Gilliam March. That's a tough one.
yeah.
Let's see if this beats this. I'm talking cover only, not what you can get on the aftermarket. Just cover only. I disagree.
And then you got those Gilliam March variants from the Power Girl series.
Yeah,
That's
those
that
true.
are-
Those are
those are
damn
super-
good.
Those are super collectible.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I think number either 5 or 6. She's like standing in a volcano.
Will Jack. That's another really good one.
All right, I'll tell you what. Next week we will
What?
we will throw 5 Power Girl covers, including this one, on the
Okay.
list, and we can do a real time vote to figure out.
Deal. I
Does
accept
this-
it. Yes.
Does this
Deal.
make the top 3 or not?
Adam
Oh,
Hughes. I said that one.
and then leave a comment on the rewind of what your top 3 Power Girl covers are.
Yes, please. We're gonna pull from that list. So
Lisa's
top
saying
3
Zerdy. He did some good one. Yeah.
on the rewind. Let us know what.
Will
you
Jack
think-
has that same softness too. Carter, where are you at with my image?
Oh,
was it?
here we go. You
Yeah, I
got
sent it. I sent it
Wait,
Yep.
to where?
to beep, beep, beep,
I
beep,
got
beep.
it.
It's in IG
Oh,
messages.
Yeah, this one's fantastic. There you go. It's beautiful. Oh, look at Ben's face. He's like, I disagree.
No, I'm just thinking about the Mark Spears homage he did to this.
Mm.
This is the
I-
one. That's
I
the
like
one I
this
was specking on before. Like that JSA. I was speculating on that before I knew what speculation really was.
Nice.
No, Michael, that one's fantastic because you don't see Adam Hughes do that angle very often. I don't think I've ever seen Adam Hughes do this perspective.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
send another one. I'm gonna send that Gilliam March variant.
I don't know. Chat's on my side, Ben.
All right, we'll see. We're gonna take the voice from the people, and we will see. We will find out what they say.
Okay.
And listen, I'm not
Wait.
the one that stated this was top 3. It was somebody else on the show. I'm just saying, let's see where.
I posed the question. I was like, is this
I
something
know.
possible? See
I'm
what
never
happens when I
being
get-
invited on again, ever. They're like, no more Laura.
This is your shit.
It's your
What are you
channel.
talking about?
No, this is your guys' thing.
Oh.
I just crashed.
Let's see. Boom.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
I dig that one.
Yeah, I like this
That's a
one
tough
too.
one. That's a tough one.
Unique.
I like this one more than the Hughes.
I actually do too, to be honest. I do too.
All
So
right,
those are my 3 favorite Power Girl covers.
Okay. Ariel Diaz. Yeah. She had a good one.
All right, we got a lot to choose from. All right,
Oh
let's
shoot!
keep-
Hold on. There's another one. Hold on.
Carter's on a roll now.
another
You
one.
can't
Hold on.
stop him, Ben. Let him do his thing. What's next,
Hold on.
Carter?
There's one more. Hold on. Let me see.
We're
Ooh.
reading all of your messages. Ugh.
It,
Oh, tell Mel I said what's up.
oh, that's a drunken cat.
Okay, I haven't seen this. Who's this?
Still Gilliam March. So he
Also-
did like a
also a very
series.
tough
He did a series of Power Girl variants for that what was it 2009 2010 Power Girl series.
Okay.
March did a whole run of it
Yeah, there we go.
on the series.
So this whole like so actually the whole series is like hella collectible from like number 1 all the way to 27, and then you got the variants like kind of in there as well.
I like it except for her head.
I
From like the
understand.
neck down.
I understand. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Would you call it a butterface? All right. Before you answer.
Butterface, but still smash.
We just covered this one too.
See, collusion.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, we just covered this, Ben. I'm suspecting a little bit.
Yeah, it's one giant. I just observed what crazy prices this book was going for, and I just wanted to throw it on. So raws of this book are selling comfortably for $900.
We should just tell the chat already. You know, we have one giant, one giant group chat with all the content creators in it, and we're it's a mess at times, but this is how we have collusion.
What book will we hype up this week?
Well, you can't even hype this thing up because there's none to hype. Like I don't think. I mean, maybe there's one on eBay. Maybe I don't even know if that's true. We need to exchange notes.
Hey, what's the answer to number 3 on the quiz?
You guys have the same brain. It's like the same. That's so funny. It's cute.
Well, I've been accused of sharing a brain with DeVoe and Stein.
Yeah, but have you ever seen all 3 of them at the same place at the same time?
Yo, hey, just like saying. Lenny Kravitz and Slash, you never seen them in the same room.
Right? Exactly. This is the same situation we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've only been on a podcast with one of each of. Wait, actually, that's not true. We had Stein on episode 69.
On the show, and I've been on the Hot 10 with both you and Stein.
This one you have to be careful though, because the foil version goes for like $130. So you have to make sure you're not buying the wrong one.
We pointed that out. There's a foil version limited to 500.
Yep. Yeah.
So what we were saying that people think there's somewhere between 1 and 200 of these out there based on what you need to buy to qualify for. So that would make it a super low print run. I mean, it's a badass looking book. I mean, she's kicking some ass here. Yeah. Do you know exactly what the qualifier was, Laura? You guys covered this. Do you remember what they had to do to qualify for this thing?
I think
I will look. I think Matt's in the chat. Tell us.
I want to say so well under 200.
One per store, I think.
Well, but with the caveat that you had to have ordered, I believe, 50 issues
I think that's right.
From 35 to 40. Is that right? Something like that. I think that's what the requirements were.
That show was so long ago, I don't remember.
Had to order 100 copies of 5 issues. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
The real question, Carter, who do you cast as Erica Slaughter?
Oh, Chloe Grace Moretz.
Really? Somebody said that. Okay.
I'm coming right out the gate with that.
All right. Ben?
You can caught me off guard on this one. I gotta think about this one for a second because it's a big question.
We'll skip you. Yee?
Anna Taylor-Joy.
No, she's too old. They said she's in her 30s, and Erica's supposed to be in like her early 20s, right?
She's 28.
Oh, I guess that kind of works then.
Plus, I guess. Yeah, I'm still gonna say I'm still gonna stick with Anna Taylor-Joy. Just because, her eye, you can play a lot with her, the structure of her face and the eyes.
The big eyes, yeah.
Yeah, because that's a big part of the art in it.
Yeah, Golden State went with Carter.
How old is she now?
Probably.
Who's it? Chloe Grace. She is 27.
What else was she in?
Okay.
Give me one movie.
Kick-Ass.
She was Hit Girl on Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
What else?
She was in something else. What was it? I think I want to say it was a horror film.
Let Me In. Or let the right one in or Let Me In. I forget.
She was in Carrie, Equalizer, Tom and Jerry, The Fifth Wave.
The Fifth Wave I've seen. That was terrible.
Oh, she was in Neighbors too. The Sorority Rises.
Yeah.
She was on the leads in that.
She's not tall enough. You need a lean blonde with big eyes.
But I think because of the Hit Girl stuff too, I think Chloe would be a good. I mean, that was the longest time rumor that she was cast as Erica. when it first got optioned.
It's so important to get that right. You know, like it has to be the perfect actress.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with an unknown
that's
actress
done
too.
well,
Me
it could
too.
hit.
Yeah.
It could, so.
I mean, because it's Netflix too. On top of that, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Hmm.
Oh, what about what's her name from Wednesday, the blonde?
She's not mean enough.
She's too nice. Mm.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless she's a great actress and has, she would make a great Gwenpool. I think though, like she would be like,
oh, that would be a
Oh,
good cast.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right, I got to get to bed.
Sorry.
So what's next? What's next? All right. So these Rampaging Hulk books, whenever I see these when I go digging, I always go through them. And this one is pretty eye-catching with the Avengers on it. This is an Earl Norm cover from 1978, obviously Marvel Comics. A 9.8 of this book sold for $687 back in 2023, which is pretty damn legit. 82 in the census, 15 in 9.8. But I don't know. There's something about the old school Avengers carrying a frozen Hulk about this that just hits for me.
Yeah, I remember having this book back in the day. This is one of those. Yeah, I this is one of those books that I like actively looked for around that 2012 time period.
Yes, when you find the Rampaging Hulks, and this was the last Rampaging, because they dropped the Rampaging Hulk after this issue, even though it continued on for several more. But when you find these books, issue number 1 is always missing, and this thing is always missing.
Right. Yeah.
Whenever you find like any of these at stores or cons or whatever.
Looks like a Joe Jesco.
Yeah, of that style for sure. I like how Thor's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna carry him with my shoulder. I got Mjolnir in one hand, I'm just gonna keep the thing on the shoulder.
Have you ever heard about the Frozen Man that they have in Austin?
No.
So it's that what is that? That Oddities museum that's on 6th Street. I forget what it's called. The Ripley's. I think it's at Ripley's.
Oh,
yeah. So they have a Frozen Man. It's like the last thing you see. But interesting fact about that Oddities museum, Johnny Depp used to live there.
That's crazy.
Because they had like an apartment like on the 2nd floor, and then he used to live there when he was trying to make it as a musician before he was an actor.
Real quick, this is magazine size, Reef. These are full magazines for sure.
All right. This is the last book.
All right, this thing's crazy. So this is American Comics Catalog number 11. This is an Adam Hughes cover.
Stop it.
No, man, this is an Adam Hughes cover. Only 2 of these on the census. So this is newsprint. This was a comics catalog. A 9.4 is the high grade. There is a copy of this for sale on eBay. It is kicked to shit. Ungraded. Someone's asking, decent money for this, but Turtles fans are rabid. Hughes fans are rabid. This thing is just this would be an awesome find if you're digging one day and you just come across this. This would be a great thing.
I thought it was hard enough to find the the Christmas story or Christmas tale, where it has like a Raphael as like the last ranger or last turtle that survives.
Oh, Last Ronin.
Yeah, where everyone thought it was like predicting the Last Ronin. That Christmas story.
Yeah.
Tale. Yeah. So I thought that was hard enough to find, but geez, Ben.
Yeah,
man. You had to put a real challenge out there.
Yeah.
And then being an Adam Hughes cover on top of that, like, who has this?
Nobody.
2 people do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. But they paid through the nose for it though.
Or no Adam himself, right?
Yeah, if somebody tells me this was on DeVoe's show, we're just going to quit this show and we're just going to start doing one show. It's on Thursdays anyway. We'll just do one big show and call it a night. So, anyways, that is all we've got for the show this week. I am going to go to bed here shortly, but thank you all so much for tuning in. Amazed that anybody wants to watch us yip yap about ridiculous comic books, but thank you so much for always giving us some time. We appreciate it more than you know.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're liked and subscribed, and make sure to catch all the other great content on this channel. Saturday is Saturday Morning Toy Box. Monday is Cover Lovers. Tuesday is Comic Book Women. Wednesday is This Week in Geek, and then you're back here with us on Thursdays. But hit that notification bell so you don't miss any time there's live content on this channel. And a big shout out again to our sponsors over at Cover Price. So make sure you're using the code Nirvana14 for a 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And you can use the code Nirvana over at Bird City Comics, and you will get a 10% discount. And make sure to sign up for their text line so you don't miss all the great Mark Spear monster drops. So you definitely get a text notification about them right before it goes on sale, and then you can be bam, 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 ready, done, check out. And they even have that shop button to buy it now. So just saying, have that stuff ready, especially for books they're going to sell out instantly.
And look for Bird City movie studios coming soon.
Yeah. The Matt Baker documentary coming out to a theater near you soon.
And then, as a reminder, leave a comment of your top 3 Power Girl covers on the Rewind, so we can talk about it again next week to figure it out by the end of the year.
Kick off the show with those covers just to end the debate. What are the top 3?
Oh, should we each bring 3 to the table too? That'd be kind of cool.
Let's
if it differs from other people's opinions. Okay. Anyways, all right. We will catch y'all next week. Have a good one.